Hello again, it's a Stingler flashback with my next video in my Bluray collection series. Just a few changes from yesterday, just a few updates really. I just got 5 Blu-rays today, which don't really fit into today's categories, so I'll show them now. These are from basically comedy and animation. It's Trinians 2, which I mentioned briefly yesterday. That was coming. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Megamind, which I bought brand new. The other ones were second hand from CEX for like £4 each. That one was £12. The Bucket List, which is a nice film, and the last one was Juno, which was £6 second hand. Really enjoyed Juno when I last watched it, so I bought it to rewatch it. So they from the categories I had yesterday, which were animation and comedy. So now today there's a few categories, a few other updates actually from my Steelbook video that you might have seen. Just some updates to that. Some Steelbooks I've got recently. There's the Human Centipede, which wasn't released in shops. You could only buy it off the Human Centipede website, and you got a free T-shirt with it. Really sick film. The other ones I've got are the newest releases, are Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Online exclusive Steelbook. You can't buy this in shops, just online. I think it's DVD, Blu-ray and digital copy. I'm only really interested in the Blu-ray. And the other one is Machete, which started off life as a fake trailer in Grindhouse, and became a movie itself with Danny Trejo. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this. This is an HMD exclusive, so you can buy it from them. And the last Steelbook that I've got is a Jumbo Steelbook, the first and probably last Jumbo Steelbook that they'll release. It's a Doctor Who Series 5, but second hand from CEX. Limited edition number is 6558. Sorry, 6598. My eyes are going funny. And it's a complete series. There's no art card in it, but it was second hand. I think it was about 30 quid, which is half the price of brand new, so I wasn't too bothered about losing out on an art card for a cheap price. Right, so on to today's categories. First up, I'm going to go with horror type films. Might not be perfect, but bear with us. I think they're in the right order. So these are horror or thriller related. We've got All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Got Brandon Lee movie The Crow, collector's edition. There's Cry Wolf, uncut. There's George A. Romero's Diary of the Dead. He's Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi. I love this film. Really awesome. Great music as well. Very well orchestrated. Nice end as well. We've got Eden Lake. Now, this one isn't really horror or even thriller. It was difficult to put it in its own categories. Exam. This box says rental copy, but the actual Blu-ray is the normal version. It's not the rental copy. Very interesting film. Basically set in one room, and more of a psychological thriller, but it's in this section. Next up is Final Destination in 3D. It's the 4th Final Destination film. And I've actually watched this in 3D with the glasses that are provided. Quite fun, really. A nice addition to the series. I know there's a 5th one coming out, but Final Destination 4 was probably the second best in the series so far. Next up is Freddy vs. Jason. Really like both of these franchises, and this is a good movie. I always wondered if they were going to do a Freddy vs. Jason 2. I guess they could do it at some point, but it's been quite some time since that film was released. And here is Jason and Friday the 13th, Part 3, Special Edition. I don't have the first 2 because they haven't come down in price yet, but I got this from CX for like £3, so I figured, while it was cheap, get it, and then fill in the blanks later. Next up we have Gremlins. This is the Feel Festive cover. It's an alternate cover, because this was released at Christmas time, or re-released at Christmas time, so you get the Christmas style cover. And we have the 2 Hostel movies. Really enjoyed these films. Again, quite dark and gritty horror type films. Hostel Part 2, which was a lot gory than the first one, but I don't think it was as good as the first one. I don't think they're making a third one. They probably shouldn't. Up next is Hush, a British horror. These are all cheapy Blu-rays, you know, horror films usually are quite cheap. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. They haven't released the first one, which I actually really enjoyed. This one wasn't as good, but it wasn't too bad, and it was only £3 again, you know. If you can get £3 Blu-rays, you're basically going to buy them no matter what they are. This next one is Jennifer's Body. Really good film. Megan Fox doesn't look really good in it. But this is a really expensive Blu-ray for some reason. I've never seen it anywhere like lower than £18. Don't know why it's so expensive, but there you go. It's the extended edition. Up next we have My Bloody Valentine 3D. This is the normal version with the glasses. You know, it's not the 3D. I think they re-released it as a proper 3D Blu-ray. It's just the normal 2D version. But with 3D, you can have 3D with the glasses. Next up is One Missed Call. Which, yeah, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, it's a pretty good film. And there's Prom Night. It's another sort of horror film in the sort of Scream type genre. You know, sort of whodunit. Next up we have animation with Resident Evil Degeneration. Probably should have put this in the other animated bit, but I left it here because it goes with Resident Evil Extinction, which I think was the 3rd film in the series, and I've got the 4th film, Afterlife, on Blu-ray. It's in the Blu-ray Steelbook section. So I've just got to wait for the first 2 to come out on Blu-ray. I had them on HD DVD, but I recently sold them, so I've got to get them 2 again on Blu-ray. Now we have the Saw movies, Saw Special Edition. Still a really classic film. It's sort of, they've never been a better film in the Saw series for me, although they got a lot gorier. I don't think the rest of it is good. Saw 2. And then we get to the worst of the films here, Saw 3 and Saw 4. At this point, nothing that great. Saw 5 was slightly better, it's starting to get better, and then there's Saw 6, which is in a PS3 case, because that's how I got sent, so I've got to get a proper Blu-ray case for that. I actually quite enjoyed Saw 6, I thought it was the best film for a while. Haven't got Saw 3D yet, Saw 7, but I will get it soon, once it drops down in price a bit. Actually, what am I talking about? I bought it yesterday. I bought it from CX. I'm waiting for it to come. I think it was like £12. It's cheaper than anywhere else. So there will be Saw 7, possibly even tomorrow if it comes through tomorrow. We've got Vacancy, and the last of the horrors, although really this is a horror comedy, is Zombieland with Emma Stone, Yum Yum, and this was actually my favourite film of last year that I watched, along with Kick-Ass. Like those two were the top 2 films. Really enjoyable film, Zombieland. Right, up next is going to be the dramas, and sort of films like that. I didn't really have a category for these ones, so these are just sort of mixed, I suppose. We've got 310 to Yuma, a remake of the original classic western from the 60s. We've got Bronson, which is a biopic about Charles Bronson. I watched this the other night. Really mad, mental film, but Tom Hardy did an incredible job to beef up and look like Bronson. It's also got an audio introduction from Charles Bronson. It's about half an hour. He talks about the film and that, and what he thought of Tom, and saying how he's not been able to see the film. But it's a really good look at his life. But it's a bit, it's not all genuine of what happened in his life. It's a little bit fairy tale, but it's just the way it goes. Next up is I Am Legend, Will Smith. Sort of zombie apocalyptic film with a lot of extra features. Next up is a film I haven't seen for a long time, actually. In fact, I haven't seen it since I watched it on video, Memento. and I've never seen the back to front version, which is an Easter egg on here. It was an Easter egg on the DVD release, where it shows the film in chronological order, which is of course backwards because this film is backwards. But really good film, very intelligently done. Next up is The Many Hysteric Goats, another film I really enjoyed. A bit wacky, but some comedy and some drama in it. But it was a fun film. George Clooney's grown on me as an actor. Next up is Obsessed, starring Beyonce. This is a sort of film about a woman who becomes obsessed with a couple, wants to break them up and get the guy for herself. A bit like Handy Rocks the Cradle, but there's no babies involved. Yeah, it was another cheap Blu-ray. Next up we have Precious, which won quite a few Oscars and BAFTAs, starring Monique and Mariah Carey in an almost unrecognisable role. You can see her on the back there. Doesn't look like her at all. But this is based on a book, Push, I think. But yeah, Precious is a really good sort of dramatic film. Set in the 80s. I recommend everyone at least watch it. If you're not going to have it in your collection, at least watch it. Up next we have another Will Smith film that's not a funny film, like he's usually known for. This is the first one he did with his son Jaden. It's Pursuit of Happiness. I really like this film. Some very touching moments, and it's a feel-good film in a way. Like at the end, it's one of those films that's supposed to pick you up, I suppose. Next up I have The Road. This is an NHMA exclusive, because it's got the slipcase and a little booklet inside, a little White Lies booklet. This film, great performances by Viggo Mortensen and the young lad, can't remember his name now, but it's one of the most despairing films you'll ever see. Really well done, but don't watch it if you cry easily, because you probably will with this film. But yeah, it's a highly recommended movie, but it's a tearjerker to say the least. Next up we have another George Clooney film where he has a big beard. It's Syriana, about the oil industry. Good film. Here's another film about oil actually, is They Will Blood, big Academy Award winning movie. This won the year after another big film, which was No Country for Old Men, which I preferred, but these were big winners. I don't actually have No Country for Old Men on Blu-ray at the moment. It is on my eBay bidding list at the moment, so fingers crossed I'll have that soon. But yeah, it's a good film. Here we have Three Burials of Malika Estrada. Cool western film, Tommy Lee Jones in that. Then we have a movie based on what happened in the World War II with Valkyrie, starring Tom Cruise. A movie by Bryan Singer. And we have another biopic of sorts, although again a comedy one, a bit in the vein of Bronson. Josh Brolin does a very good job as George W. Bush in W. It's a good film, but it does make him out to be a bit of an idiot, but I suppose he is an idiot. So then we have just a couple here. These are two films that part of the collection. It's the Optimum 10th Anniversary Collection. Pan's Labyrinth, really awesome Spanish sort of fantasy film, and the other one is Wolf Creek, which is apparently based on true events. These are both part of a collection of 10 films. I think Wolf Creek's number 4, Pan's Labyrinth's number 1, but aside from This Is England, Persepolis, they're the only other two that I want in the collection, but there's 10 in all. That's them. A few more here, that's sort of family films or romantic comedies. Getting to the end of the collection now. We have Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, which I bought because Emma Stone's in it, so that's the only reason I bought it actually. It's quite cheap. We've got Last Chance Harvey, which I got because I think it was £3. and Dustin Hoffman and Emma Thompson, good actors. I'm hoping the film's going to be pretty decent, but you never know. I took a gamble on that one. Next up is The Killers. With Ashton Kutcher, Katherine Heigl. This is a rental copy. It was only £4. It's cheaper than buying the DVD. Again, Blu-rays second-hand are cheaper than buying DVDs. It's crazy. So yeah, I saw a trailer for it a while ago when Ashton Kutcher was guest host on Raw, Monday Night Raw. It looked alright, so I'm going to give that a go. Next up is Prince Caspian, Chronicles of Narnia. This is a 2-disc set. I got this from Choices actually. This is the cheapest Blu-ray I've ever bought, brand new. It was $2.99. Just got it the other day. Yeah, I mean, I played the game on the Xbox, and it was a pretty decent game. So I'm hoping that the film's going to be just as good. Well, actually, hopefully better. Then we have the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. Start off with the first one, Curse of the Black Pearl. Took me a long time to get into watching these films, but when I did watch the first one, basically I watched all three over like a period of 3 days with my other half when we were together, and she really enjoyed them. I thought they were alright. They got progressively worse. I'm not too sure how well the fourth one will be as Dead Man's Chest. The third one with the slipcase is at World's End. These are all 2-disc Blu-rays which I bought basically when they're in the buy one get one free offers. I always make sure that when there's the Blu-ray buy one get one free from Disney, always at least grab 4 or 6. And one last movie here, because I didn't really know what to put it in. It's Santa Claus the movie. Really enjoyed watching this film as a kid. Had it on video. We would watch it every Christmas. Another £3 Blu-ray from CX. I still think they've got some stock actually. But yeah, just a good family movie for Christmas. Right, the last few I've got here are horror films, but they're from the Tartan Asia Extreme collection, from Palisades Tartan. Tale of Two Sisters, I'm a Cyborg, by Park Chan-wook, who did the following films: Lady of Vengeance, part of the Vengeance trilogy, along with Old Boy. It's one of my favourite films of all time, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which is the first film in the series. And the last of these is Thirst, another Park Chan-wook film. But they are horror films, but they're foreign films as well, so I put them in their own category. But if we move over now to the last ones in this video, basically I couldn't be bothered to, because there's all the comedy and action ones I had before. Couldn't be bothered to take them all back out just to get these last few. So I'm going to do these ones on the shelf. Hopefully you can see them properly. So we're going to go first one, which is Fearless. You see there next to You Don't Mess With This One, Jet Li's Fearless. We've got The Forbidden Kingdom, The Good, the Bad and the Weird, Hero. It's quite hard to find Blu-ray, cheap these days. The Host. We've got House of Flying Daggers, Kung Fu Hustle, Mongol, which is The Rise to Power of Genghis Khan, all about Genghis Khan's life, The Myth, Ninja Assassin, On Back the Beginning, which is basically On Back 2, Red Cliff, which this is the special edition, which is like 5 hours long or something like that. Definitely, if you're going to get Red Cliff, buy the special edition. It's about £1 more, but you get an extra disc, and instead of having a 3-hour cut down version of the film, you get the full 5-hour film on 2 Blu-rays. Shaolin Soccer, one of my first Blu-rays I purchased. Really enjoyed that film. I had it on DVD, so I've got the Blu-ray. And the last of the foreign ones is Three Kingdoms, Resurrection of the Dragon. After that, now we have the last category, which is which was bigger, but some of them got moved up, like X-Men trilogy, Spider-Man trilogy, Batman anthology. This is the comic book films. We have Batman, the movie, the original Adam West film, quite rare to get now on Blu-ray. We have Batman Begins, Batman Gotham Knight, which comes with a little comic book inside. The Dark Knight, really awesome film. Elektra, which isn't that awesome. Gotta admit that. Ghost Rider, which I really enjoyed, really good film. We've got Hellboy. I don't know if you can see Hellboy 2 is next to that. It's quite dark. Then we have Hulk, the Ang Lee film, The Incredible Hulk, the remake of sorts, I suppose. Then we have Iron Man, Iron Man 2. Iron Man was awesome. Iron Man 2 not as good. The Punisher and Punisher Warzone. Again, Punisher was pretty good, Punisher Warzone not so good. And then we have Sin City, which is an awesome film. Really enjoyed that film. There's The Spirit, which didn't do that well, I don't think, but I like the film. It was a bit weird, a bit quirky, but sort of like a hidden gem. Then we have V for Vendetta, another awesome film. Really enjoyed that film. Recommend everyone watches that one. Then there's Watchmen, which again is a bit hit and miss. I liked it, but I know a lot of people didn't. Wonder Woman, which was an HMV exclusive. It's the animated comedy, animated film of Wonder Woman, not a comedy. And of course now they're redoing that. They're gonna have a proper full live action film that's being made. And the last one there is X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I really enjoyed as well, and enjoyed playing the game, the PlayStation 3 game, which I've played through 1.5 times now. So that is everything, I think, Blu-ray wise. That's where they all are when I've had them all on the shelf. See them up there and down there. There is my wrestling ones actually up there as well, but I'll do an update for them separate, because the wrestling one's sort of a unique genre. May as well show a bit more of my collection actually, just bits and bobs. Asia Extreme, Xbox games, Wii games, and just various DVD box sets. I've got a whole host of stuff on there as well, but they actually go too deep, all the way down is too deep, which is why I need to get a new bookcase. But yeah, so that's all of my Blu-ray collection. Thanks again for watching. I'll do updates probably every week or two, just to add what I've got. And really, it's for inventory reasons as well. At least I've now got proof of what I've got. Touch wood, you know, nothing will ever happen, but just in case at least I've got proof for insurance claims or whatever. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next video.